Hey everybody, BTFDMC 1984 here again, and in today's video I'm going to focus on these little guys. These are Tonka Minis, as they were called back in about the 60s, 70s. I'm not too sure when they were released. I know they were in the 60s, 70s era just because at least these two were 60s, 70s. I think these were 70s models. I'm not sure. Looking up, but I'll show you the trucks first and I'll get to the other ones second. These are in the same type of aerodynamic design as Hot Wheels were doing, with that like triangular cab for aerodynamics, I guess, and of course Player. I know Matchbox had some. I don't have any to show at the moment, so you just gotta bear with me. That Matchbox did have aerodynamic type of cab back in the 70s. I guess they were trying to say that in the future more trucks are going to be cab overs with an aerodynamic advantage with this little wedge for cut down wind resistance, but I don't know. But on to the Tonkas. This one is a yellow cab over. It was a trailered version. I'm not too sure which trailer goes with this one. There are two possibilities. Grain under dumper, rear dumper is what it was called, or a car carrier. He's the same yellow cab. And apparently they both use the same two different interior colors, grill colors. There's a tan like this one, and there's a bright white. I've seen pictures of both cabs used for both vehicles, so I don't know which one this one would fall underneath. If anyone knows of this particular one, if it's a mix and match type of piece, anyone can help, please let me know in the comments below. But you can see, you know, it's got solid, steel axles that have started to have rusted. The cab is rusting, but it still has held up after all these years. It's got some it's got some major damage to it, but not too major. It was hit somewhere here at one point in its life, which has caused a crack in this windshield. There's a hole in it. And it's also shifted the cab back, kind of like a real truck. You get hit at a certain angle, it doesn't completely wipe out the frame, but it just causes structural damage. You can see it kind of sticks out right there. It's not flush like its driver's side. You can see it kind of bows in right under here, so it's not squared anymore. But other than that, it is held up over the years. I mean, I could probably give this to my nephew and niece, and they'd still have fun with it. It's got, of course, the rust damage, so might not be able to play with it, but I mean, it is still held up. Be nice to know, or to probably find that trailer that goes to it, either the dumper or the tow truck, or the car hauler. Here is the fire truck, and on both cars, I forgot to say, it's still got the Mountain, Minnesota stickers on it, which is kind of rare for these things, even in its near damaged state, to still possess the original Tonka sticker. Those were probably the first things that got wiped off as it went down. This one's missing two tabs here, a tab here, and its ladders. They both had hard plastic rims and rubber tires. As you can see here, these are not plastic, these are rubber, so they were able to take up the abuse. This one is in pretty nice shape. The body, the frame, the cab is a little bit tweaked, but the bed section is in decent shape, except for the paint chips fading, a little dirty here and there, rusting, but it is still held up for its years. It's got a little bit of dirt on the inside, which I'm not bothering with because I'm afraid if I spray water in there, it's going to get caught up in one of these little channels like a rail car, and it's just going to abate or help with the rusting, and I really don't want it to rust any more than it has. So that's a nice one. And here is one I like too. This is for you Volkswagen collectors. This is a little Dune buggy. At some point from the 70s, 60s to when I found it, someone didn't like the yellow paint, which is relevant, or you can see here in where the steering wheel is, and underneath it, original was a yellow, tires match, but they two-toned it, a red and a silver. You see the black paint has, you know, crusted off, has rusted off. It looks like it has some kind of protection agent on it, but it's still stamped steel, made in USA. Part number 55340. The engine exhausts are still there. The steering wheel is in good shape. There's no cracks, there's no rips. It's not falling off. It is the way it was back in the day. It's still got the metal roll bar. I mean, you don't see too many of these kind of cars today in this type of condition. I mean, it still rolls pretty good, just like it did back in the day. I mean, the wheels aren't as badly rusted as the two trucks over here. So that is the Dune buggy, and here is a three-wheel Dune buggy, little trike. Now, I've seen several variations on this one as well. There's variations on the Dune buggy as well, with you know, a little bit different nose, without the headlights. You know, a little bit different configuration. There's no roll cage, or it's a little bit like a little top that comes over a little bit. This one, I think, is missing the roll cage, kind of like this, or it had like a little visor thing. It's missing the steering wheel or handlebars, and I've seen one variations of this where these wheels are part of the steering wheel that came out. This one is actually part of the body itself. Just like before, stamped steel. These aren't die cast. These aren't die cuts. These were steel pressed in a factory. You don't find that too much today anymore. These were back in the day when toys were considered toys. There were no safety regulations. There were no parent groups, mother groups going, oh no, it's got a sharp edge. These things are rusting. My kid, you know, 10-year-old kid's still chewing on it. Stuff like that, or, you know, sharp edges, they beat these things up. I mean, that was what these toys were designed to do, and to find some of these in fair condition is a bit rare because they were huge back in the day. So I feel kind of lucky to have these from the 70s, 60s era. Just another, you know, conversational piece. Once I get a better display, I'll have all these displayed. Those will be with the Hot Wheels. I've already have a separate wing just for the fire truck with all my other fire department things. But if anyone knows the correct trailer for this one, and it's got one that's probably a fair price, or we can work out a trade for one, let me know. If not, it's just going to go on as being a regular little semi missing its trailer. I know probably one day I'll come across that missing trailer, but other than that, you know, it's not important to me. It's just, you know, one of those things that's on, you know, kind of on your collector's bucket list of you'd like to have it looking complete at least one point in its lifetime. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. See you guys around, I guess. Bye bye.